Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all the aspiring learners. This is Ala Tejavardhan, EC department from RMD Engineering College. Let's look into our mini project High Speed Data Multiplier in VLSI design. My project mentor is Mr. P. Arul sir, Assistant Professor of EC department from RMD Engineering College. So our objective is to reduce the partial products in data multiplier to increase its speed. So here we have to think about these partial products. So why we are reducing this in order to increase the speed of the multiplier? Generally, in any electronic circuit, that is, a multiplier is an electronic circuit which is used to multiply two binary numbers. So most techniques involve computing a set of partial products and then summing the partial products together. So during this process, it results in some delay which reduces the speed of the multiplier. So let's look into so that's why we are reducing these partial products to increase the speed of the multiplier. Let's look into some of the existing approaches. 8 by 8 array multiplier. Due to its worst delay, the speed will be very low for a high bit array multiplier. So the second one is Wallace tree approach. As it is a wide multiplier, the speed will be slow, but when comparing with the previous one, that is 8 by 8 array multiplier, it has small delay. But the main disadvantage here is it is too complex to layout and it has irregular voice. Due to irregular voice, it is the main disadvantage. So we are going for this data multipliers approach. Here we are dividing the partial products into two parts, part 1 and part 2, which helps us to reduce the delay and increases the speed of our multiplier. So this is the design of our high speed data multiplier. So let's look into its Verilog HDL demo in Xilinx software. So let's look into the code. So this is the data multiplier code. So before moving to this, so what is this data multiplier? As I said, it is a new multipliers design. So we have come across with so many multipliers, right? So this is another new multiplier design. So this is nothing, guys. It is mainly designed by partial product design and adder part. Again, in partial product part, it is categorized into two parts. That is part 1 and part 2. So this is the code which comprises of, as I said, it is the design which comprises of partial product and adder. So we have implemented adder code, and similarly for multiplier we have designed the code. So after this, by checking the syntaxes, we have to check let us look into the RTL schematic. So this is the multiplier, guys. We have looking into for the 8-bit here. So the output is of 14 bits, that is from 0 to 15. So this is the inner parts of this data multiplier. The inner design would be like this, right? So let's look into the technological schematic. So the technological schematic will tells us about regarding this all these hardware components and materials what we used for designing this data multiplier. Now let's look into the simulation process, guys. Very important thing, guys, here. So let me give the values. So as we are designing for the what I said 8-bit data multiplier, we are designing. So let's look into this simulation process, guys. So I am giving the force constant for one of the value as 10101010, and I am applying this. Okay. So next for another input I am giving as 11001101. By applying this, so let me run this, guys. So I got the output. So that means it have performed the multiplication process. So this is the implementation for the simulation process of this data multiplier, guys. Very important thing, guys. For to check its binary value. So this is the binary value, guys. For A, what we given 1010, and for B. So let us look into his decimal value. So radix I'm changing into the unsigned decimal, guys. 170, and for the B, what we given. So that is 205, what we represented in digital previously. So let us look into the output, guys. So that is unsigned decimal.
34850. So that is the multiplication of this 170 and 205 is 34850. So we have successfully got the output, guys. So this is regarding this simulation process, and regarding the implementation process we have seen earlier, guys, right? So this is the implementation process. Now let's look into the its design summary, guys. That means we can able to see the area of proposed design for implementing this data multiplier, guys. So when we look into this design summary, all the information regarding its hardware and all the materials what we are used in implementing this data multiplier can be seen here, guys. So when we look into this device utilization summary, guys, number of slices, number of 4 input LUTs means lookup tables, and number of bonded IOBs. So these are the utilization summary. So all will be given in terms of slices, gates, and LUTs, guys. That is the thing we have to remember. And apart from that, we can able to see. So when we went into this, when we go through this synthesis report, we can see the delay also, guys. So here is the input file name what we started our project. This, and also when we come to the bottom, we can able to see the delay, guys. So these are the design files. So this is the report, guys. 1 bit XOR2 we have used in 18, and XOR3 XORs how many operations we have performed. Total XOR 65. In that 1 bit XORs with the 2 that is 18, and 1 bit XOR 3 that is 47 with 3 gates, right? So this is the final report, guys. Design statistics. So total LUTs as we seen in the device utilization area, total summary it can we can see here, guys. And last the thing is total memory usage is 4513728 kilobytes what we have seen is, right? So total real time what we taken here it is shown here, and delay is 21.324 nanoseconds, guys. That means, guys, what is this delay? Nothing but it is the gate delay and the path delay. So that's it, guys. Thank you, Arul sir, and all faculty members.